I'm Lauren Cosgrave, and welcome to The Lauren Show. I'm a life and small business coach. Join me each week for ideas on how you can lead, love, and thrive. Hello, all right. So, September, we're wrapping up Q3, we're heading into Q4, end of 2019. How's your year gone so far? Man, this is like crunch time. So sometimes the summer can creep up on us. We can have a little bit of downtime, and all of a sudden, like, our goals for the whole year are how are we tracking? Do we need to rush at the end of the year? That's okay. I want to give you a couple of tips and tricks here and ideas on how you can close out 2019, have an awesome end of year. Okay, so the first thing when thinking about coming up at the end of the year is assessing the main thing. Got to get real. Got to keep the main thing is the main thing. And I'm sorry I can't quote who said that. I think it might have been Stephen Covey or one of those great thought leaders out there. But it's become so common knowledge now. I hope that you've heard that before. What is your main thing? Is it prospecting for your business? Do you need to get in more clients? Is that like the only thing you need to focus on? Is it getting your webinar out the door, getting that finally finished, having the courage to just push it across the finish line? Is that what you need to do? Or perhaps you are creating a new product. You're creative and you just haven't had those creative juices flowing. How can you get it into action and start creating that new content, that new piece of art? What are the gifts that you have to bring into this world and that you need to double down on at the end of this year? All right, so the main thing is the main thing. Next thing, what do you need to delegate or drop? Probably more than anything, drop at this point in the year, and you know what it is. Okay, you know at least one thing right now that you need to take off of your to-do list. I guarantee it. What is it? What is that one thing that you have been just wanting to do but doesn't really move the needle forward in your business? One of the things that I recently have dropped is actually building out the tech side of my business, like doing a webinar. That's the one thing that I really want to do. Like, I think it'd be so fun. And guys, I promise you, I'm going to put out a webinar. It's going to come. We're going to have like a great masterclass is what I'm going to call it. And I really want to teach you some awesome material to help you move your businesses and your lives forward. But you know what? It's just not going to happen. As I assessed and I was thinking about the next couple of months, it doesn't fit in. It's not the main thing for me right now. The main thing for me is doubling down on my coaching skills. I've got a ton of seminars on the calendar. I am ready to learn. I'm going to be a sponge. I can't wait for 2020 for you guys because I'm going to be so pumped full of inspiration after these next couple of months out on the road and meeting awesome other like-minded growth-oriented individuals. I need to focus on that so I can bring it to you, so I can have an amazing masterclass for you next year because I'm going to just be overflowing with content. So that's what's dropped off. You know, I had it written in Sharpie actually on my board. Masterclass number 1 in November, masterclass number 2 December. Today, I lined it out. I'm going to focus on delivering you this content. I'm going to be there for you through the end of the year since I'm gone. I'm filming a whole bunch of stuff today and over the next couple of days so that I can stay there with you in the end game and got some themed content coming up for you. But that's the main thing, is me being of service to you. And this podcast is one of the ways that I enjoy serving you. And so I'm going to commit to that. I'm going to make it happen for you. And then I'm going to go study and I'm going to come back in 2020 and I can't wait to talk to you about it. All right, so what can you delegate or drop? The next tip, plan, and plan again. I don't know if I sound like a broken record to you guys. You cannot underestimate the power of planning. You just have to plan. You have to plan to plan. You know, sometimes that's saying like you're having a meeting for a meeting, but you need to have a meeting with yourself. Okay, you need to schedule a really important meeting with yourself to plan out the rest of this year so that you can crush it, so that you can close out 2019 your best self. And what do I mean by that? You need to look at your calendar. You need to review all the logistics. Are you traveling like me? Do you have a whole bunch of seminars? You got holidays planned? Have you scheduled in rest? Have you scheduled in recovery? Have you figured out your travel plans, flights, hotels, cars? Have you told the right people that you're leaving? Do you need to schedule your out of office to pop up? What in your business needs to be taken care of while you're going to be traveling? So make sure that you spend some time just studying your calendar. You know, I'm going to grab and show it to you. If you go to laurencosgrave.com, I have a freebie there for you that you can download called the 8 Strategies to Unbusy Your Calendar. That's a really great place to start. And I'm going to link it here in this video. That's an amazing place to start with refreshing your mind about what's important and what's on top of things. But I show you how I use my large monthly planner, which I love. This thing's awesome. Just big old blocks. You can like really visualize your calendar really well. And yes, I handwrite stuff. Yes, I also keep it in digital. I duplicate it because a part of this planning process is so aggressive. It's the way that I'm able to maintain multiple things going on. I'm a working mom in tech. I'm a coach. My true passion to you guys. I'm a knitter. I try and stay on top of my health. I do Soul Cycle 2 to 3 times a week. I have to plan every single minute of my day out. You guys got to get to that level too. I also talk about how I use my high performance planner. If you can see it there. This is one of Brendon Burchard's products that I highly, highly recommend if you don't have it. These 2 things, if you do nothing else, get the large monthly planner. You need that. You need something, or a calendar of some sort. You need something to start writing down. And if you can get in the habit of using your high performance planner, it will really help as you're going into the last quarter of 2019. All right, the next thing I want to offer, this is an idea that came from Brendon Burchard. He calls them battle boards. I'm renaming them focus boards. Battle boards can be a little intense for some people, so we'll call them focus boards because most of you, my amazing members of this community that are leading, loving, and thriving out there, let's call them focus boards, okay? And I found these awesome Post-it notes. They're like huge. They're like almost 8 by 10 size, and I love them. Each month, I have a huge Post-it note on a wall. Like, don't underestimate the power of pen and paper. I'm a huge fan of that right now. It can really help you. Just, it helps take the ideas in your head and get them out. It lets it pass through you and puts it in a place so that you can go back and reference it, and there's just this ease that can come over you when you use pen and paper. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit more about these focus boards. So you put either paper, you can just use like regular old printer paper with some painter's tape on the wall. Write the month on it. What is your focus for that month? What are the major activities that you need to accomplish in the next couple of months? This is going to give you a great visual. Even better than the large monthly planner is seeing the rest of the year on a wall. Do this on a wall, or like I have a sliding closet door that I put it on, and have it near your workstation so that when you are in those moments over the next couple months, holidays are coming up, or you're getting stressed, or things are crazy, you can turn around, be like, oh, okay, those are the 5 major things I need to accomplish. Am I focused on those? Am I doing an activity right now that is moving the needle for me to be able to put a little X next to that thing and say, yes, I did it. It's accomplished, or a check mark. Stay focused on those. Get creative with your focus boards. I don't want to give you like too much detail here because I just want you to make them you. You can go so far as to like doodle on them and make them different colors and have fun with it, but make it something that when you look at it, you're like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do for the rest of this year. I got a plan. I'm going to make it happen. I also highly recommend some type of inspirational quote. And here's one that I'll give to you that I have on mine. Never stop, and success is inevitable. I love that quote. I love it. Never stop, and success is inevitable. Just keep going, my friends. Keep planning, using your pen and paper. Okay. Last thing to make sure that you crush the end of this year, the last quarter, is your support system and your self-care. After you've done all this planning and you've done your focus boards, I want you to go back and revisit all of those one more time and review for your self-care plan. Have you planned for your workouts? Are you traveling? Do you know what type of workouts you're going to be doing when you're traveling? Do you need to buy new workout shoes? Do you need to buy some more clothes? I don't know what it is. Do you need to research fitness studios in areas that you're traveling? What is it on the workout side? What about food? Have you planned out like your meals? Do you have a general idea? Are you going to a week-long seminar or a 4 or 5 day long seminar? Have you scheduled in some time to go by a supermarket and get some healthy snacks? Make sure that you get to that level of detail. Are you nourishing your body? Are you taking care of your body? Are you finding time to fit in your workouts? And then last but not least, recovery. Traveling takes so much more out of us than we think. I recently took a trip to the East Coast and I came back just exhausted. I went straight from the flight. We got back at like 10 p.m. at night and I went back to work the next day. I'm never doing that again. Just can't. It like zapped the life out of me. I wasn't happy. I slipped back into a depression state. I had a little bit of anxiety. I was feeling really sluggish. I learned from that I have to give myself recovery times, especially if there are time zone changes. And I need some recovery time from my family, from my girls in particular, especially when I'm traveling with them. They need to go to school for a day and mom needs at least a half day to just chill and decompress. So if you're a parent, it's even more imperative that you get that relaxation time. You're at a minimum working from home the day after like a big travel, if it's a work day, and you absolutely must. Plan that out. The Large Monthly Planner is a great resource for scheduling in those recovery days. And it really helps manage people's expectations. When you just go ahead and plan in for recovery time, you won't feel like you had a lost day. There's nothing worse than feeling like you lost a whole day, right? Ugh, I hate that feeling. I've had it happen. And it happens all the time when you're a parent because things change. And so if you can anticipate some of these things, you can get ahead of the power curve a little bit. So I hope that this served you today. I am so excited to hear how your 2019 ends. When we get to the end of the year, I want to hear. And I also want you to share with me in the group what are your ideas? What are you going to do to finish 2019 strong? Do you have any other creative ways that you build it out? Join us over in the Facebook group. Put some, post pictures of whatever your systems are, whatever calendars you like to use. I'd love to see it. And I hope you guys have a week full of energy. I hope you loved this episode of The Lauren Show on YouTube or podcast. If you did, why don't you hit subscribe below and share on your social media? If you are ready to have it all without doing it all, why don't you schedule a 15-minute strategy session with me at laurencosgrave.com. Start leading, loving, and thriving today.